Good morning, everyone. As you all know that I am Sakshi, and today I am here to express my opinion and some message on the movie Three Idiots. Three Idiots is a movie based on Indian education system, and it is a motivational and inspirational movie written and directed by Rajkumar Hirani. This movie was released on 25th December 2009. This movie is the story of three friends. Their name is Rancho, Raju, and Farhan. They were engineering students who share same room in a hostel of Imperial College of Engineering. Rancho is a brilliant student where Raju and Farhan are average students. Rancho belongs to a rich family and his passion is of getting more and more knowledge about machine, and he loves to build machine. And his full name is Rancho Das Yamal Das Chanchal. And Farhan belongs to a middle class family, and he want to become a wildlife photographer, but he does engineering to fulfill his father's dream. And his full name is Farhan Qureshi. And Raju belongs to a poor family, and his full name is Raju Rastogi. And he want to become an engineer and want to improve his family economic condition. In this movie, Rancho see the world in a different way, and that's why he has to face the music many times in front of his professor Viru Sahasrabuddhi, whose name is Virus, and this name is given by his student. Rancho always irritates his lecturer by asking questions and giving creative and orthodox answer. And but he always get top in class and surprised everyone. In the final year, he also got first position in the college and surprised again everyone. And he became a successful scientist. His friend Farhan dropped his engineering and pursued his dream of wildlife photography and became a successful photographer. And his friend Raju became a successful engineer. Now I want to share some message related to this movie. First, it is the story of friendship, love, aspiration, and goodness of life. In this movie, it is a story of academic pressure faced by Indian youth. And the most important message of this movie is follow your passion and become happy in your life. Make your passion into your profession, and become successful in your life, and see that your work will become a play. And another message is life is a race. If we don't run, we lose the race. But remember that winner of race is never remembered by the world. And third message is that we should learn education by intention of increasing our knowledge, not for getting good job, money, name and fame, and blah blah. And last message is that we should avoid cramming. Nowadays, a student do cramming more and learn less. But cramming must give you good marks, but your knowledge does not increase, will not increase. And so we should avoid cramming and start understanding. And we should focus on our present and make our future bright. That's all.
Anshika, you can put it on the desk.
Good morning everyone, I'm Anshika, standing here in front of you to explain the movie Tare Zameen Pe. Tare Zameen Pe is a Hindi movie which was released on 2007. This movie is emotional and heart-touching. In this movie, he exposed the life and imagination of Ishaan Avasthi. The director and producer of this movie is Amir Khan. In this movie, Ishaan Avasthi is an 8-year-old boy who didn't like a school study and all, and he found all the subject difficult and scolded by his teacher, parents, and classmates. His imagination, creativity, and talent of art are often neglected and unnoticed by all. His father was a successful executive who expected his child to fulfill his own aim, and his mother was a housewife who frustrated to her inability to teach her son Ishan, and his brother was brother was a student like him, but he was very intelligent. Um, because of his poor result, his father sent him to boarding school. There he feel very alone and depressed. But his life changed when his new art teacher Ram Shankar Nikum came in his life. He understand his problem. He was a funny teacher. Um, his teaching style was remarkable and different from all his um, strict teacher. Um, One day he noticed uh, his unhappiness and visit his home and met his parents and informed him about his disease, dys- dyslexia. After he returned to a school and he he had taken permission to his principal to become a tutor of Ishan. Principal had given him permission after he has told a story in the class about a great person who were also like Ishan to motivate him. Mm, and because of his hard working, his teacher and Ishan hard working, he developed his knowledge and he increased in his uh, mark and interest In the toward the end, in the end, his teacher organized a art competition for all the student and teacher. In that competition, Ishan came late. Then he made a wonderful picture of a nature. On the other hand, his teacher make a amazing picture of Ishan. Both picture were selected for in the competition, but Ishan picture is Ishan picture was selected in that competition, and he had given the prize. It was the cover of his school, cover of notebook in the school, and uh, whe- when Ishan parents meet his teacher, they were speechless by seeing formation of his child Ishan. They were thankful to his teacher, and that's all. Thank you.
Riddhi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Riddhi Gupta. I am going to explain a movie, Tari Zameen Par. Tari Zameen Par is a Hindi movie which was released in 2007. This movie is directed by a famous film star, Amir Khan. In this movie, there is a story of 8 years old boy, Ishaan Avasthi, who studied in third standard and who is suffering from a disease called dyslexia. In this disease, the person is unable to recognize the letters, and there is a problem to recognize letters, and that very disease, he's the young boy Ishan suffering from this disease. They, there are four members in Avasthi's family: his father, his mother, his younger brother Johan, and Ishan Avasthi. His elder brother Johan was also a student, but he is a very bright student. His performance was very good, but Ishan, his younger brother Ishan, was not a good student. He's very poor in studying, but he has a his favorite hobby of painting. He made very amazing paintings, but his parents mm, don't doesn't care about his passion. That but like other parents, they all just want his uh, his son to be got first rank in studies. One day, Ishan fights with a neighbor boy, and um, his father scolds him, warns him that he send him to the boarding school if any complaint has come against other time any complaint came against him. Then he in his school test he got very less marks in his test, and then his father decides to send him in the boarding school. In boarding school, Ishan feels very depressed, and he also stopped painting, which is his favorite passion. And then there, our teacher came in the school, Ram Shankar Nikum. Mm, he is a very good teacher. He gave freedom to the children to they can do whatever they want to do, and he supports Ishan very much, and he understands his problem that he is suffers from the disease dyslexia, because he too, the teacher Ram Shankar Nikum, he too had that very disease which he has been suffering from his childhood. So he understands his problem, and then he meets with Ishan's parents, and told him that his their son was suffering from this problem, and he also informs that with regret that he also stops doing painting. Then then the teacher um, helps him to recover from this problem, and he does many activities to learn Ishan, and um, in the last he organizes a painting fair from in which all teachers and students have to do painting. In that fair, Ishan makes the best painting, and he again started painting, and he makes the best painting there, and his painting was selected. Uh, his painting was awarded with the first prize, and when his parents came there, he saw their children, many changes in him, and they were very thankful to his teacher Ram Shankar Nikum. That's all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Preeti.
A very charming good morning to my honorable sir, my dear friends, and all my seniors.
And my sister.
Hello, I'm Kriti Mathur, and today I'm going to throw light on one of the most successful Hindi movie, Three Idiots.
Here I am not going to tell you the whole story of this movie, but I am going to express some hidden meanings, message of this movie. Three Idiots is an inspirational, thought-provoking, outstanding, and full of message movie which based on Chetan Bhagat's novel. This movie reflects how people could be and how people in our society support one another. This movie is directed by Rajkumar Hirani, written by Abhijit Joshi, and produced by Bidhu Binod Chopra. It was released on 25th of December 2009 in Hindi language. By this movie, writer want to say there are many challenges which we face in our day-to-day life and we overcome from it. This movie also reflects the positive influence of the education system and negative influence too. Actually, the whole movie is about three friends who study in an engineering college whose names are Rancho, Farhan, and Raju, who share a room in a hostel at Imperial College of Engineering. It is the best college in India, which is known for their bright results, discipline, and good management. One of his friend Rancho has different view to see the world. That's why his teachers and college students making fun to him and laugh at him. And other two friends Raju and Farhan are average students. Farhan wants to become wildlife photographer, but he comes this college to fulfill his parents' dream. And Raju wants to uplift his family fortunates, so he wants to become an engineer. And Raju wants to learn more and more knowledge. The college teachers don't like Rancho. That's why they always want Raju and Farhan to shift in Chatur's room, who is the best and intelligent student of that very college, but not in reality. Actually, he is a cunning student. The twist come when the final result declare and Rancho stood first in the whole college. Actually, the whole movie is based on Rancho's success with helping one another, whereas it associates with Chatur's selfishness, with act of pushing other down. This movie is uh, is about those three friends who has overall pressure by their parents and academic teachers to get success in their life. This movie gives a lot of messages like chase excellence, not success. Means don't follow success, follow excellence, then success will follow you. But today, everyone follows success. They run towards success. Indeed, life is a race, but we don't need to run fast. If we run fast, of course we win and get our goal, but actually we are the same as usual. We can't learn anything properly. uh, this movie also teaches to overcome from fear of failure and stress, because these two feelings are those feelings which hamper our learning. And today students are very fear from failure, but failure is indeed failure is hard, but it is the best teacher too. It is not the end of our life, but it is the beginning of a beautiful journey. Suicide is also a recurring topic in this movie, and today it's very common in our country India, because the highest number of well youth suicide in the world. According to 2018 report, every year 28 students committed this, and we found the reason. What's the reason of his or her suicide? Then we found fear from failure and a stress of being get success in their life by their teachers and parents. But we should not forget suicide is not the solving problem of solving the every problem. It is a crime. The most interesting part of this movie is all is well. Means no matter what the problem is, how tough problem is, we always say to ourselves, all is well. I know it's not the solving of problem, but it gives encourage, motivates you to solve each and every problem with right way. This movie also throw the light on education and importance of education. As we know that education is beyond marks and grade, it is what we people learn. And in today's competitive world where everyone should have a good education, education is that type of investment which dividend we get in our lifetimes. By this movie, that's why a great president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, says learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. By this movie, writer want to suggest that teachers and parents should give good education to their child or a students, because education has not only knowledge but it develop your child as a good human being, which due to which he become a good person, good citizen of the of his nation, and he learn how to behave with their elders. Really, this movie is not only interesting, funny, and exciting, but full of a lot of message and teaches us how to learn, how to read, and many things. I found each and everything in this movie about a child's life, a student life, college life, teacher's life, friendships, and many such things. Thanks.
Are you two sisters having competition that I'll do better than you? All right. Just two students are left, right? Left or right? Just two students are left, right? All right, Julie. It was remarkable, speechless, flawless, no doubt, but with lots and lots of mistakes too. But overall, it was fantabulous, right? Anisha, Anshika? Hmm.
Good morning, all of you. My name is Julie Kumari, and today I am standing here to explain a movie called Tare Zameen Par. The movie Tare Zameen Par is a very thought-provoking and motivational movie, and this movie was released in 2007, and it was directed by my favorite actor Amir Khan. This movie is about an 8 years old boy, Ishaan who has a disease called dyslexia. In dyslexia, a person cannot identify new words and cannot learn new words. So, because of this disease, no one understands him and likes him. Even his parents not very supportive. Everyone dislikes him, and his parents always discourage him. and because of these things, his self confidence, he lacks confidence.
Carry on.
and and he always demotivates by his teachers, parents, and his friends. He cannot. He want just he just want to be. He just want to live in his own animated world. And his father especially does not like him and does not feel proud to have such a children. So one day, after fading up with he sent him in a boarding school, and there his art teacher understand his talent, and makes him very talented, and returns his happiness. So from this movie we can learn. This movie teaches us many lessons. This movie teaches many lessons to a teacher and to a guardian. For teachers should never demotivate their students. We meet two types of teachers in our lives. Teachers are those persons on whom we can rely and believes easily. So before pe- teacher always speak before think. And for guardians should always know that how to behave with their children. They should always behave with their children with love and care. And and teacher should always motivate their students' courage to do more and more. And teachers should always believe in their students, because students always believe that teachers should believe in their students. And nowadays our society, in our society, every guardian wants to see their children in first position, no matter whatever their children wants to become. But they force them to become this or that. Parents should never force their children uh, to become this or that, because teacher student have their own life. So they should have freedom uh, to live their own life in their own way. A guardian should never pressurize their children to study. Let them do whatever they want. Students, children, parents, and teachers always provide students should always provide a student a sky to fly. On the whole, this movie teaches us to do our best, and as- and do whatever we want, not whatever other people want. Thank you.
Anjali Prajapati.
Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. I'm Anjali Prajapati. Now I'm here to explain a movie, Three Idiot, which was released in 2009. This movie is presented by one of our three Khans, Amir Khan. As we know, Amir Khan is very famous in Bollywood. He makes his career by acting in Bollywood. He works in many movies in which some are actions, some are comedian, some are motivational, and so on. Now I'm going to explain Three Idiot, which is one of them. In this movie, he tells many real facts. Now I'm gonna tell you one of them. The first is choose a goal in which you are interested. As you see in movie, the son of the principal wants to be a writer, but the bias wants to see him as an engineer. The son of the principal applied 3 years regularly. Unfortunately, every year he was rejected. Due to frustration, he did suicide. Uh, Goal is not that your parents have chosen for you, it is beyond that. Do what you want to do. Choose a goal is not enough, you have to succeed as well. The second point is a study by memorizing doesn't help you all time. As you see in movie, Chatur, who is considered as a brilliant student in that engineering college, he he answer all questions by memorizing. One day, to impress the principal, he gets type a speech in Hindi to perform on stage. But afterwards, what have happened there, you all know. So I would like to say one thing: do a study, but not by memorizing. The third point is suicide problem. As we know, suicide is a crime. Even then, people are doing suicide, especially students. Why? What's the reason behind it? Let me tell you the reason. Actually, there are not only one reason, there are so many reasons behind it. In this movie, the brilliant student John, um, he who is considered as a brilliant student, but his principal did not understand him and rejected him. So that's why he did suicide. This is not only one problem, one reason behind it. The fourth point is true friend. A true friend are those who always motivates you, who always cares you, who all who always who never hurts you, who always helps you in your bad situation, as Amir Khan did in this movie. True friends like Razu and Farhan, after some years, they are still curious to meet Amir Khan. True friendship never ends. Thank you.
All right. You all were given plenty time to talk about whatever you had to. And you all have done well, at least your best, right? Every one of you has made many mistakes too. This is a part of learning. As this class is being recorded, you should be working on your and your classmates' mistakes too, right? A few things I would like to tell you all. Work on your pronunciation too, right? Failure. What is it? Failure. You time and again said failure and whatever. It is not pronounced the way it is written. It's failure, right? And photographer. Do you remember? Photograph, but photography, photographer, right? So even if you are speaking, mind the pronunciation because pronunciation matters a lot. I'm not talking about the mistakes you have made. It's common and it's natural. I know when we know everything, but the moment we come here, it happens. It happens with everyone. It needs lots and lots and lots of practice, which we are or you are doing, right? But pronunciation, if you think you will learn English and later on you'll work on your pronunciation, it will never happen. Improve means pronunciation must be improved while you are learning, right? Are you getting it? Just as a child is taught in a school, so he's taught very less things, but correctly, right? Because whatever is once written here on the board, right, on a child's mind, it's something which can never be erased. So don't write much, but whatever you are writing should be correct. Hmm. I'm not asking you to speak and speak and speak less, but whatever you are speaking should be correct with correct pronunciation and all. The more you listen, the easier it will be for you to improve your pronunciation. Almost you go through 7 or 5 songs in a week here, right? I play many songs. And if you are careful, watchful, alert enough, then you will learn many things, right? Especially regarding pronunciation. And some students, you need to work harder. I'm not saying you are not working hard. Of course you are. That's why you have some changes in you. But today, from today onwards, at least you need to work harder. The ones who are finding it really difficult to stand up here and deliver whatever they have to say, if that is challenging for you, complicated thing for you, it means you need one thing to do. What's that? Practice and spend more and more time listening, right? It's not just a homework that you send, right? The link and whatever on WhatsApp. It should be what is learning education. It means some sort of improvement in your personality. If you can't improve, it means you're not learning, right? Just making sort of attendance and all. For your kind information, I will tell you one thing that this video will be uploaded on YouTube. Understand? Hmm. On my YouTube channel, ATC Ashish Ranjan. This very part, the language class, will be uploaded. Clear? Of course, first impression is the best impression, it is said. And we didn't have very good impression in the very beginning, but it's okay, right? And you can watch yourself there. Hmm? Clear? Now is the time to go through our grammar class. And one of the many people have used it, students have used it, but one of the less singular now. These mistakes should also will also be avoided. You will make it actually. Make me here. You will correct your mistakes. It takes time. While writing, you have plenty time to think to correct yourself. But when you're speaking, you're fighting with many things, the ideas, words, grammar, thoughts. You are linking many things all together, right? It's like you are talking to somebody over phone, going to one of your friends' home, and there are so many streets, so many turns you have to take. And if you don't visit that very friends of yours house very often, you will get confused. But if you are very often visiting there, then no matter what you are doing, with whom you are talking to on phone, it won't affect your. You can say legs will take you there, right? Similarly, you need to visit English time and again. Here means listen. Now is the time you can practice your English, speak your English, and you have many friends here. Whenever you have free time, make conference call and whatever. We have Zoom and Google Meet too, and video chat whatever in English. If you really want to improve, I know when the teacher is here, you know the class is being recorded. Many friends are watching you. The stage, podium, these things are so many things to scare you. I know this. To build, to get your confidence, you should practice. If you not practice, then what will happen? You will face many problems, right? So we'll have to practice. Hmm? And we have very less time, just 3 months. If not today, never tomorrow. Mind it. Clear? All right. See you in the next class.